for the Rapids against Cincinnati, who do you feel like could have a really good breakout game in this one, Mike? Because I think we're starting to see little glimpses from players, but this is a big test, and you need your big players to step up in these moments.
Is it fair to say Cole Bassett? Funny enough that we're going to have him as a guest a bit later today for the pod, but at the same time, I think this is someone I wanted to touch base on as well regarding the Dallas match in terms of someone who had a really good performance and speaking to what you guys said about playing against a similar formation that Cincinnati has with the back three that Dallas had this past weekend, where Cole, it was 2020 when Cole was really starting to get his name out there with some of the late runs he was making to be in the right spots to score goals. And it was just the runs more ting anything. But now you see that he kind of added another club or two to his bag, if you will, where it's not just the runs, but it's whether he's on the ball or if he's finding balls from deep, like pinging long balls out wide and switching the point of attack. This could be a game for Cole that, like, if you're not keeping an eye on him, he's going to cause all sorts of problems with you, whether it's what's on the dribble or if he's pinging balls out to guys, to Calvin Harris, Kevin Cabral, any guys that are out wide. This could be another game for Cole to really just command that midfield, really make his presence known. And hopefully, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he got a goal in this game as well. Yeah. Cole is really, I think he's found another level to his game this year that is very exciting to see, knowing that he had potential. We all know he has such a great work ethic. And he knows that he could always improve in some way or another. And it's fantastic to see that he's starting to bear the fruits of all the labor, that all the work that he puts in. Yeah. Again, with just adding a little bit more to his game this time around. Mm-hmm.
I think this is going to be a Djordje game, guys.
Yeah.
I would love that.
I would. Yeah.
You mentioned how you're starting to see him in just starting to flourish. And I think it has taken a little bit of time for him to understand how he can find the right pockets of space. He's played in a couple of different places, but in this last game against Dallas, I felt like he was the most effective we've seen him. And a lot of the times it's him getting at the ball where we've known him to love it, in that left-sided half space and then in between the lines, right? So he's in that zone right between the midfield and the defenders. And it helps that we have guys that can stretch. And I think Calvin and Cabral, if they start, will be important to giving Djordje more space. But I think that these are the kind of games that a player like Djordje lives for, that he wants to play against a team who everybody has been talking about for the last year and a half, really. What's happening in Cincinnati? Well, I think they're going to have a test. And Wobodeau has been a really good holding midfielder, one of my favorite to watch. But I think he's going to have his hands full with the movement of Djordje Mihailovic and how active he can be in the attacking third. They were talking about him on Extra Time this week, the MLS's podcast, and I think they said he has 19 passes per game in the attacking third. That's exactly where you want your 10 to be. Really good spots. So, I'm feeling Djordje game.
Listen, if Djordje has a game and Cole has a game,
we're gonna have a game.
I like our chances there.